You think you know Star Trek: The Next Generation? Think again. This legendary sci-fi series wasn't just about space adventures. It hid some of the weirdest and most shocking secrets in TV history. From Patrick Stewart nearly being fired after just one season, to Brent Spiner almost quitting because of his creepy data makeup, this show was full of drama, both on and off screen. And wait until you hear about the time Whoopi Goldberg begged to join the cast. Stick around, because these 15 facts will blow your mind. And hey, before we launch at warp speed, don't forget to subscribe for more hidden Hollywood secrets every week. Number 1. Patrick Stewart almost got fired after season 1. When Star Trek: The Next Generation launched in 1987, executives doubted Patrick Stewart as Captain Picard. They thought his British accent felt too Shakespearean for sci-fi. Stewart was even told not to unpack his bags, as the show was expected to fail. But fans quickly embraced his calm authority, and Picard became the moral compass of the series. Ironically, the man nearly fired turned into one of the most iconic captains in TV history. Stewart later admitted he felt like an outsider during filming, but his powerful presence soon silenced all critics. Without him, TNG wouldn't have reached legendary status. Number 2. Brent Spiner's struggles as Data. Playing the android Data wasn't as glamorous as it looked. Actor Brent Spiner wore heavy makeup that took hours to apply, making his skin pale and metallic. The makeup often caused irritation, forcing him to take frequent breaks. Spiner once joked that his skin never saw sunlight during filming. Despite this, he crafted Data into a beloved character, blending innocence with deep curiosity about humanity. Fans adored his childlike wonder, but behind the scenes, Spiner sometimes considered quitting because the makeup was so uncomfortable. Still, his performance defined the series, proving that even with pain and discomfort, an actor's dedication can turn a role into one of the greatest characters in sci-fi history. Number 3. Whoopi Goldberg begged to join the cast. Believe it or not, Oscar-winning actress Whoopi Goldberg actually begged producers for a role in TNG. A lifelong Trekkie, Goldberg admired Nichelle Nichols as Uhura on the original Star Trek, calling her a trailblazer for black women in sci-fi. Whoopi told the producers, "If Nichelle can do it, I can do it too." Shocked but thrilled, the team created the character Guinan, the wise bartender at 10 Forward, just for her. Whoopi even cut her Hollywood schedule to appear on the show. Fans were stunned to see such a big star take on a recurring TV role. But her presence added depth and mystery. Without her persistence, TNG would never have had one of its most unforgettable and spiritual characters. Number 4. The Naked Now controversy. One of the earliest episodes, The Naked Now, caused major controversy. The storyline involved the crew being infected with a strange illness that lowered their inhibitions, leading to bizarre and risque behavior. Fans were shocked to see normally composed characters acting drunk, flirtatious, and even reckless. Critics called the episode too silly and accused it of disrespecting the franchise. But the episode later gained a cult following for its boldness. It even gave us hilarious moments like Data romantically interacting with Tasha Yar, a twist nobody expected. Though divisive, this episode showed that TNG wasn't afraid to push boundaries, proving it could be as unpredictable as the galaxy it explored. Number 5. Jonathan Frakes' legendary Riker lean. If you'd ever noticed Commander William Riker's unusual way of sitting, you're not alone. Actor Jonathan Frakes developed what fans call the Riker lean, or Riker maneuver, swinging his leg dramatically over chairs before sitting. This odd move became a trademark, but it wasn't just style. Frakes had a back injury that made normal sitting uncomfortable. Instead of hiding it, he turned it into part of Riker's confident personality. Fans loved it so much that the Riker lean became an internet meme decades later. What started as a necessity transformed into one of the most recognizable quirks in Star Trek history, cementing Riker as a fan favorite.
Number 6. LeVar Burton couldn't see in the visor. LeVar Burton's character, Geordi LaForge, wore the iconic visor to see, but in reality, the prop was a nightmare. Burton admitted he was nearly blind while wearing it, since the device blocked most of his vision. He had to memorize his steps carefully on set just to avoid bumping into things. Directors often struggled to capture his eye movements since the visor hid his expressions. Still, Burton's performance shined, and the visor became a symbol of overcoming disability through technology. Fans loved how Geordi inspired hope, but behind the scenes, Burton secretly hated the device. He later joked, "It looked cool, but it made my life hell." Number 7. Marina Sirtis almost got fired. Marina Sirtis, who played Counselor Deanna Troi, nearly lost her job before the show even started. Producers weren't sure her character fit, and rumors spread that she would be written out. Sirtis admitted she was terrified during the first season, thinking every episode might be her last. But over time, Troi became central to the series, offering emotional guidance and psychic insights. Her role grew so popular that she appeared in Star Trek films and even returned for later series. What once seemed like a doomed casting choice turned into a lasting legacy. Fans today can't imagine TNG without Troi's empathy and wisdom guiding the crew through dark times. Number 8. The holodeck breakdowns were real. The holodeck was one of TNG's coolest concepts, allowing the crew to step into any fantasy or simulation. But the technology behind filming those scenes was far from futuristic. The special effects often malfunctioned, leaving cast members standing in awkward empty rooms while directors scrambled to fix problems. Sometimes scenes had to be reshot multiple times because the visuals didn't align. Ironically, the writers leaned into this by making holodeck malfunctions a recurring plot point, turning real production headaches into storylines. What fans loved as exciting adventures were often born from frustrating technical failures. Without these breakdowns, we might never have gotten some of the series' most creative episodes. Number 9. Michael Dorn spent hours in Klingon makeup. Michael Dorn, who played the Klingon warrior Worf, went through grueling makeup sessions every day. The prosthetics for his forehead ridges and warrior look took over 2 hours to apply and even longer to remove. Dorn joked that he sometimes forgot what his real face looked like. Despite the discomfort, he embraced the role and became the most prolific Star Trek actor ever, appearing in more episodes across different series than any other cast member. Worf's strength, honor, and occasional dry humor made him a fan favorite. Behind the warrior's scowl, though, Dorn was simply an actor enduring endless hours in the makeup chair for the sake of authenticity. Number 10. Denise Crosby's shocking exit. Fans were stunned when Denise Crosby, who played Tashi Yar, suddenly left the show in Season 1. Crosby later revealed she felt her character wasn't being developed and didn't want to remain in the background. Her shocking exit led to one of the most emotional deaths in Star Trek history. Yar's demise in Skin of Evil showed fans that even main characters weren't safe. But Crosby's journey didn't end there. She later returned in surprising storylines, including playing Yar's daughter from an alternate timeline. What seemed like a tragic ending became one of TNG's boldest moves, leaving fans emotional and intrigued.
Number 11. Patrick Stewart was a prankster. Although Captain Picard seemed serious, Patrick Stewart was secretly a prankster on set. He often cracked jokes between takes and loved making his fellow actors break character. Stewart once admitted that filming could get exhausting, so humor was the only way to keep morale high. His laughter was contagious, and even Jonathan Frakes said it was impossible to stay serious when Stewart got going. This lighter side of the captain surprised many, since fans assumed Stewart was as stoic as Picard. But behind the calm exterior was a man who loved mischief, proving that even the most dignified captain couldn't resist having fun in the galaxy. Number 12. Gates McFadden was fired and rehired. Dr. Beverly Crusher, played by Gates McFadden, mysteriously disappeared in Season 2. Fans were shocked when she was replaced by a new doctor, Catherine Pulaski. Behind the scenes, McFadden had clashed with producers over her character's direction. She was quietly let go, but fan backlash was so strong that the studio brought her back for Season 3. McFadden's return was celebrated, and she remained on the show until the end. This rare instance of a firing being reversed showed the power of fan voices long before social media existed.
Without Crusher, TNG wouldn't have had its emotional mother-son dynamic with Wesley. Number 13. Wil Wheaton faced harsh fan backlash. Young actor Wil Wheaton played Wesley Crusher, Dr. Crusher's teenage son. While some fans loved him, many disliked the character, calling him unrealistic and too perfect. Wheaton later revealed the criticism was crushing for him as a teenager. Despite this, he stayed for several seasons before leaving to pursue other opportunities. In later years, Wheaton became an outspoken member of the Star Trek community, turning fan backlash into motivation. Today, many fans have softened, realizing Wesley was ahead of his time. Wheaton's journey shows that even the most criticized characters can leave a lasting mark on sci-fi history. Number 15. The show saved Star Trek's future. When TNG launched, many thought reviving Star Trek was a mistake. The original series had been canceled, and executives doubted lightning could strike twice. But TNG didn't just succeed, it became a global phenomenon, running for 7 seasons and paving the way for future shows like Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and Enterprise. Without its success, Star Trek might have faded into obscurity. Instead, it became a multi-billion-dollar franchise that continues today. In many ways, TNG didn't just tell stories about the future, it saved the future of Star Trek itself. Number 15. The emotional final episode. TNG ended in 1994 with the legendary episode All Good Things. Unlike many shows that fizzle out, TNG went on a high note. The 2-hour finale tied together themes of time, destiny, and humanity, leaving fans in tears. Even Patrick Stewart admitted he cried while filming the final scene where Picard joins the crew's poker game, a gesture symbolizing unity and friendship. Critics hailed it as one of the greatest series finales in TV history, a perfect send-off for a beloved show. Nearly 3 decades later, fans still revisit the finale as a reminder of why TNG remains timeless.